You are on bond for criminal mischief. You've now picked up a new case. You now stand charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
The judge. On April 26, 2025, a law enforcement officer is on patrol and observed a motor vehicle run a red light and make a U-turn, nearly striking another vehicle in Harris County, Texas. Law enforcement officer observed the motor vehicle drive onto the curb of Richmond Avenue and initiated a traffic stop. The defendant passed multiple open parking lots and continued to drive. The defendant eventually pulled into a business parking lot. A law enforcement officer contacted the defendant and observed him to be eating fried chicken. The law enforcement officer asked the defendant why he didn't lower the window, and the defendant stated he didn't have anything and continued to eat. The law enforcement officer observed the defendant did not have a driver's license and was incoherent when asked to provide his name and date of birth. Law enforcement eventually identified the defendant by name and date of birth. The defendant continued to state, "I don't have anything on question about his whereabouts," and standardized field sobriety tests were conducted. The officer observed 2 out of 6 clues in the HGN, 5 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and 0 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. Due to the defendant, 0 out of 4 on the one-leg stand due to the defendant being unable to perform the test. The law enforcement officer noted that on the walk and turn, the defendant did not turn around. He stayed still for approximately 30 seconds. The law enforcement officer explained the one-leg stand, and after the instructions, the defendant began performing the walk. This occurrence happened again after the law enforcement officer tried to explain the one-leg stand another time. The law enforcement officer observed 2 unopened 6-packs of alcoholic beverages that were cold to the touch, and observed an empty BuzzBall and a 24-ounce can of Modelo beer and an empty Twisted Tea alcoholic beverage. The defendant refused both breath and blood. A blood warrant was signed and executed.
Mr. Juarez, I'm going to find that there's enough probable cause to go forward with your case. You said he doesn't have a license, right?
There's a number here, Your Honor. I'm not unsure if that meant that he did not have the license at the time.
Mind running it, please?
Yes, Judge. Your Honor, he does have an eligible driver's license.
I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I've ordered you not to pick up any new cases, not to violate conditions of bond, and you have repeatedly done that. As a result, I am now revoking your bond on the first case, and you will go to jail today. And I'm going to tell you, you violate conditions again, I'm going to make the bond so high your head will be spinning. Do you understand? You're not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I will put a scram on your ankle so I know that you're not consuming. Do you understand?
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, sir.
On the first case, the court previously was testing Mr. Juarez 2 times a week, and he was doing pretty good on that for an extended period of time. In lieu of revoking his bond, would the court consider going back to bi-weekly testing?
Yeah. He picked up a serious case. He has alcohol in the car. I mean, he's allegedly consuming while he's driving, you know? I would figure that it's damn elementary that you're not to have alcohol in the car while you are driving. And there are multiple open containers, cold to the touch. No, I have to show you that we mean business. And me letting you go again when you have multiple violations, it's not going to happen. You go to jail.
Sir, you not say nothing. Nada.
No. Mr. Bustamante, I know that there are 2 sides to the story. I get it, right? That's why we have trials. But in the interim, we ask you to do several things. And when you don't, there are serious consequences. Number 1, we ask you to show up. On your first case, you failed to appear just in and of itself, and we had to issue a warrant for your failure. We issued bond conditions on that as well. Those conditions were also broken. You've now picked up a new case. I want you to understand something and listen and hear me clearly. Mr. Bustamante, I want you to listen and I want you to hear me clearly. Because what I'm doing now is I'm putting orders of protection on both of your cases. And if you violate these, you are looking at 2 more very serious violation of a protective order case. That in and of itself is the capital murder of misdemeanors. Do you understand? You violate conditions on that, I can have a hearing to hold you at no bond.
I understand 100%, sir, Your Honor.
The only thing I am asking you to do is do not have contact with either of the complaining witnesses in these cases. I don't care if they're relation. I don't care if there's no relation. I don't care who they are. Do not have contact. And when I mean no contact, I mean no contact of any kind. No phone calls, text messages, social media, emails, Snapchat, whatever, maybe smoke signals. No means no.
It's part of Your Honor. It's not a problem.
So this is now an order that identifies both Bustamantes as protected individuals. You cannot communicate with them. You cannot commit an assault, commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, communicate with a third party to try to communicate with them. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where they live or where they work.
I understand, Your Honor. I got 7 kids, and those are not the oldest ones. I'm a good daddy.
Don't talk to these 2.
I understand, Your Honor.
This order only applies to these 2. Don't use the other kids to try to have contact with these. If you do,
We all live together. Right.
now you don't.
Right. I'll go to Mom's house.
Best go somewhere else because they're going to inform those kids now that you're not supposed to be there or have contact with them.
That's not a problem, Your Honor.
All right.
The first one, my daughter, she doesn't live here. She ran away with her husband. Whenever she called the cops, she wasn't even at the house.
I don't
I understand.
Don't go into
you
the
have
fact.
contact with them. I'm not asking you much. You've already picked up 2 cases. You pick up a third, I'm going to blow a gasket.
That's the problem. You got it.
State, is there anything else?
Yes, Your Honor. There are allegations of drug use too. We would ask for reading your analysis.
Okay. You're not to use alcohol, illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, likewise, I'm going to revoke these bonds and we'll put you back in. As it stands now, you are a flight risk. I'm not going to give you a PR bond. So what'll happen now is we're going to put you back. I've got your bond set. If you have someone that posts your bond, then you must abide by these conditions.
My daughter, my daughter.
I've given you a lawyer. You need to talk to the lawyer. You have the right to remain silent. Everything you say, they're going to sit there and they're going to type it to use it to prove your guilt. Just don't say anything. I'm telling you what the expectation is. So if you do get out, you don't pick up a third case.
I have a question.
What's your question,
Ask
actually?
the lawyer.
Okay, so, okay.
Let's step aside a second, Jeff.
I have a question.
Did you need to see him, Judge? Did you need to see Gino yet?
Yes.
Come here, Bo.
No driving. You will be signing an affidavit promising me you're not going to drive. You understand? Okay.
He's good. He's fine.
All right. Good.
Judge, for Bustamante, do you want state conditions or?
No, with you, because we want to make sure that he's not using. So no alcohol, no drugs, GPS monitor prior to release, no going within 200 feet. Okay,
We're good, Judge.
you good? Okay, all right, Mr. Bustamante, you know what's expected of you from now on. That's it.
Thank you.
Okay, so we need him to sign conditions with Roxanne whenever she's ready.
You come up here so I
I'm not equivalent. I want to.
Sir, please.
I don't want to go to jail.
So I understand that there was magistrates conditions that were done onto it, but I understand that.
All he did was no contact, no weapons, and he's not doing anything now. So hopefully we can either work full-time, get into school or do something. So he's, doing something.
They did the RIP this morning. The person says that they just called the police to get things sorted out, but that they didn't want to press charges onto it. So the state had asked for no threatening, harassing it. That's what's already on there. And then
I ordered no contact, but have you guys reached out to the complaining witness in this case?
they did, the RIP's been done. And then the message between Sebastian and them.
Judge, the state's willing to agree to threatening or harassing and to remove a residency restriction.
Okay. Come up.
¿Quiere que le traduzca? Le voy a estar traduciendo lo que diga el juez. Así que,
Two things.
dos cosas.
I want you to
Quiero
understand
que entienda usted.
that I've had to take in a bunch of people in jail today
Ha arrestado a varias personas en la fecha de hoy,
because they continue to violate conditions.
violando las condiciones de fianza.
I've already warned you
Ya le di la
about whether
admonestación
you
tocante
deal with permission and what the consequence
con las
is if you're not.
consecuencias si no sigue las reglas.
I will modify the
Se
conditions.
lo voy a modificar las reglas por ahora
Threatening or
para que
harassing
no tenga
contact.
contacto amenazante.
You need to understand what is threatening or harassing.
Que es,
Doesn't matter what you
caso.
think.
no es lo que usted piensa,
It is what they perceive.
es lo que ellos perciben ellos.
If I go like this, is
Yo
that
voy así.
threatening or harassing?
¿Es amenazante?
It is.
Sí es.
Land you in jail.
Y lo puede estar en la cárcel rápidamente.
Is there a protective order in this case? Yes, there is a protective
Hay
order.
una orden de alejamiento.
Right, so we'll modify that.
Va a ser modificada.
Mr. Avila,
Señora Ávila,
when people have too
cuando la
much
gente
time on
tenga
their
demasiado
hands,
tiempo en su tiempo,
they
en sus
become
manos,
self-destructive.
entonces empiezan a destruir ellos mismos. ¿Qué edad tiene usted? 21.
You're 21 and
Desde
you're doing
21 años. Y
absolutely,
no está haciendo nada.
that's not gonna work.
No es aceptable.
I want you to be a
Quiero que usted sea una persona productiva, sea trabajando o esté en la escuela.
And I'm going to bring you back with
Y
an
vamos a regresar
sure.
en las próximas semanas para verificar qué
You
es lo que está
understand?
pasando. ¿Entiende usted eso?
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Está bien.
Steve.
No, todavía no, señor, porque va a firmar las condiciones. Okay. Entonces tome asiento hasta que ellos pasen
Thanks,
sus
Juan.
nombres. Thank you.
We'll modify everything now.
All right, let's talk about that. Watching in this docket was like watching someone juggle a hammer and a warning flare, revoking bonds, laying down conditions, and spelling out consequences so bluntly nobody could claim confusion later. The day opened with Mr. Juarez, already on bond for criminal mischief, but now picked up for DWI. Officers testified they'd stopped him after he nearly caused a wreck, found him eating fried chicken in the car, and noted open containers, 2 unopened six-packs, an empty BuzzBall, a Budweiser tallboy, and a twisted tea can. Field tests showed he couldn't even complete the one-leg stand. When he refused breath and blood tests, a warrant was taken. Fleischer had heard enough. He revoked Juarez's bond on the earlier case, ordered a scram alcohol monitor, and warned, "You violate again, I'll make the bond so high your head will be spinning." His tone was cutting, mocking the elementary idea of not driving with open containers. But the message was unmistakable. Mr. Bustamante, facing multiple cases and accused of breaking bond conditions. Fleischer read him the riot act. "You've already picked up 2 cases. You pick up a third, I'm going to blow a gasket." He imposed protective orders covering both complainants, barring any contact, no calls, no texts, not even smoke signals. He called violation of a protective order the capital murder of misdemeanors and promised no bond if it happened. Bustamante tried to argue about his kids, but Fleischer cut him off. Don't use them as go-betweens. Don't go near the complainant's homes, period. Finally, just 21, was admonished not for new charges, but for idleness. Fleischer told him flat out, when people have too much time on their hands, they become self-destructive. I want you to be productive. He repeated it like a drumbeat, half lecture, half warning, that doing nothing was itself a road to trouble. Conditions were set, protective orders clarified, and Avila was told in no uncertain terms that any slip could land him in jail. What tied it to Gethurst's style, he's not just imposing bond conditions, he's weaponizing them as life lessons. His language swings from sharp humor, smoke signals, to outright threats, capital murder of misdemeanors, but the consistency is ironclad. If you show disregard, drinking in the car, breaking no contact rules, or just sitting idle, he'll box you in with monitors, no bonds, and protective orders until compliance isn't optional. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.